We're going to just talk about stupid shit that scared us when we were younger, or maybe that still scares us today.
I should hope not.
I was afraid that there were like these like comedic monster things. They would like insert ghosts and other spiritual entities into my environment. I'm pretty sure when I was in like 8th or 9th grade, I like walked into my mom's bathroom by myself. I made some declaration like to the monsters of like, you can leave me now.
Funny moment in Shelby's life.
People that watch movies of like people breaking into a house and they're like, oh my god, that's so scary because it could really happen. I know it could really happen, but I never lie in bed at night trying to fall asleep imagining someone breaking into my house. I imagine beings from other dimensions or like the Babadook whispering to me over my face.
Probably the only thing I can think of really that like really scared me was the Grudge, the movie. Stop. Just the thought of this creature being able to like come into my everyday life, like just appear and stop.
No, like, she just goes like and then
no,
that's
when
it.
she goes like this, you die.
She like burps and then they just die later. Like, I don't think that's related.
No, that's the ring where they die later. It scared the shit out of me. I started sleeping in the same bed with my sister. We slept in the same bed until like college. Like, I was terrified to take showers because there's like a scene where like she's in the shower and like a hand like comes out of her head. Like,
at least I wasn't blind to physics with my fear. Like, could there be a ghost or creature that crawls out of my closet? Yes.
Could there be
but
somebody
clearly
initiating like scary ghosts like into your life that you have to talk to?
I feel like this Grudge thing has to do with Lauren's fear of all things anatomy.
The thing I will admit to was I didn't like nipples.
She'd rather have like a Kyle XY thing where it's just like no nipples, no belly button. Like, that would be a plus for her. Lauren was watching like the worst trash of cinema. Anything where on the poster it was someone with like a big mouth.
It is scary.
I guess I've just like met a lot of people with big mouths, so it doesn't like.
In I Am Legend, when the rabies people are like, and like open their mouths, it's just like, it's a scary sight.
It's a scary sight because of how bad of CGI that is. Like, there's a girl like gonna go down on you, like it would just be like,
yeah, I'd be like, get off my dick.
My dad was trying to explain the concept of repressed memories, and the example he decided to use was, just imagine if a flying man came down and grabbed your brother and then flew off into the night. For some reason, after he said that, I was obsessively terrified of the idea of flying men.
But Lauren's weird because she's scared of the Grudge.
The Grudge is not even explained how it works. Sometimes when a bad thing happens, the house gets upset. So a woman like who it wasn't even her fault that she died and has to like kill other innocent people by like yawning at them. My flying men thing makes perfect sense because I've logically followed it through in my mind.
Like, if I imagine like a fat like Cupid who's like and like comes down
like
and
Mr. Dinkelton. Okay, let's talk about like impractical practical fears that you may have had growing up. I grew up thinking that when you got to high school or even junior high, people were gonna just try to force feed you drugs. Like, feed her the drugs while you're passed out or something.
Like, I was one step behind. Like, I didn't even like know drugs. Like, it was just like
how
what?
things have changed.
Yeah. One thing that scared me, sex. I didn't know what sex was until I was in junior high. I was misunderstanding of what it was. And meanwhile, it's like other people were like, yeah, like I'm fucking like this guy. In health class, it was one of those videos too where like where you're watching a classroom of kids like learn about it, and they like people raise their hands and use the anatomically correct like terms. Like
third graders like in a room, male and female, and the teacher asking them like, who knows what douching is? A little boy. It's when the woman puts a bag in her vagina.
So I was watching one of those videos and then so like the teacher's like, what is sex? And so like I think a little boy raises his hand and it's like, it's when does this is a vagina. It's when a male I didn't get it, and they kept talking about it, and it started to like click with me. It scared me. What? Like, what is sex? That sounds not fun. And like,
no sex allowed. That was like kind of a practical fear in like junior high or high school.
You might accidentally see a penis.
No. That was like elementary school for me. Like junior high or high school, when you kind of like have this epiphany, not that you didn't know it, but you're thinking about it now. Just every guy that walks up to you, like you look at his pants and it's just like, he has one.
Yeah! We've outgrown our fears. Like we grow as people. I guess the change is, when you're little, you don't think of it as that irrational, but now we're like, I recognize, like, that's an irrational fear that I have.